Black slaps. Okay, it's about damn time because your girl is back and better than ever. I got out of a slump. It's 2023. I'm feeling good. I made a how to start your own small business video when I was like 18. I don't know. It's like really early on in my channel, but I thought I'd remake it now that I have more experience. And you know what? Social media is changing so much. We are given the opportunity to turn what we're most passionate about into income. I'm very passionate about beauty and lip care, and I turned that hobby, that passion, into my full-time career starting at 17 years old in high school. So believe me when I say you can literally do it. You can do it. It is so possible now. We are at a time where it is very convenient to just start a brand new life from just posting online. I started my small business when I was 17 years old in high school. I'm 21 now. I just turned 21 actually. So I've been self-employed for like a cool minute, and I'm ready to spill the tea and share with you how to start a small business in 2023. I started my business with little to no money and an idea. In high school, I thought it'd be really cool to make my own lip product because I was truly obsessed with lip care. I have really dry skin, and so all my friends would always like see me putting on some sort of lip product, and I thought for funsies I could just make my own product. And then one thing led to the other. I started selling to my friends in school. I started selling to students, got on TikTok, posted, and my life changed. After posting on TikTok, so many people wanted to buy. I started my business for the intention of like creating another source of income for myself, you know, just kind of like a little side hustle. I didn't intend for it to be as big as it is now today. Like I never expected to have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people like following me on social media. My life got crazy too quick. So we're gonna go over my top 15 steps to starting your small business in 2023. I have my laptop with me because I wrote down some notes so I don't miss anything, because in these steps this is literally what I did. So I would recommend you start off with having a designated notebook for all of your ideas, specifically just for your business, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because number one, you don't want to forget about your ideas as they come to you, and you want to date them and sign off every idea you have just so you can always have something to look back at, as well as having evidence on paper that those are your ideas. Because God forbid when things start going good and someone else wants to copy you and publicize lies about you online saying like, no, I thought of this first, like you have some sort of evidence on paper to back it up. Not that you would need it, it's like rare, but it's still a really good idea because you don't want to forget any good ideas that you're gonna have about your business. And it's also really good to keep track of goals, and you'll have it all in one place. So I highly recommend you write everything down. Number two, I listed down a few questions that I want you guys to ask yourselves. Things like, what are you going to sell? What problem do you want your product to solve? What lifestyle are you selling? Who is your target audience, and how will you get to their attention? Write it down and then figure it all out. Next is your business name. So when you're deciding on your business name, please be original. I'm going to tell you something that my marketing teacher in high school told our class during a lesson plan. Think of something that's never been thought of before. I know it sounds like really simple. It sounds like a very simple statement, but when she had told our class this that day, I literally vividly remember this day. I was like really frustrated because I was wanting to plan my little side hustle, my business for lip care, and I was like, dang, think of something that's never been thought of before. Like that really aggravated me and really pushed myself to think of Audacity Cosmetics because that does have meaning to me. And the reason why I share this with you today is because I feel like if she hadn't said that during that lesson plan, I don't feel like I'd have Audacity Cosmetics in my life. And I mean that. So once you figured out what your business name is going to be, make sure no one else has legal ownership of that name that you just chose in your state, or even better, internationally. You can check this through uspto.gov. Please do so because you don't know when things can start getting official for you. You just want to be prepared, have it all laid out for you and ready to go. Next is your logo. You can create a logo yourself for free. You don't really have to go pay anyone. You don't have to pay a graphic designer to make a logo for you when you can do it yourself using Canva Pro. The reason why I say Canva Pro is because I really love it. Canva itself is free. I pay for the paid version because I have access to all the design functions provided in the software. I use Canva for everything. I use it for my ads, my thumbnails, campaigns, my website. I use it for literally everything. Anything graphic design related, I use it. Canva link is in my description for you to check out. If you're not really a tech savvy person, I recommend you use the free version before you decide on getting into Canva Pro. In order to have a logo, you need to figure out your color scheme because color scheme is so important. Figure out what makes you you, like what color colors do you want people to see you by? Have a color palette chosen for your business. Your color scheme is also part of your identity. Like when I think of Tarte Cosmetics, I think of purple because it's Tarte Cosmetics, it's purple. And when I think of Kylie Cosmetics, I think of pink. Your color scheme is part of your identity. Most brands have like 2 to 4 colors in their color palette for their business. And another very interesting fact is that colors also matter in marketing. So there's actual meaning to the color in marketing. You can pause to view this, but this is the color wheel in marketing and their meanings. For instance, blue is trust. Red, I believe, is strength. So once you decide what your color palette is, stick to it. You can always change it, you know, if like you decide to rebrand later on. Step number 6, your social media accounts. I'm talking about TikTok, I'm talking about Instagram, and I'm very happy to say to add on for the 3rd, YouTube Shorts. It is a really good time to start posting on YouTube Shorts. The competition is very low right now. I would highly recommend you get on it as soon as possible to start building your audience and your following. When you're making your social media accounts, have your handle be short and sweet. So for instance, my Instagram handle is AudacityCOS, AudacityCos. Cos is short for cosmetics. It's simple, it's pretty eye-catching, it's like pretty in your face is what I would like to say. If an Instagram handle is just like in your face, like oh, like it's short, like you just see it, it's just kind of like, oh, it's that. Like I don't really know how else to describe it other than keeping it short and simple makes it very captivating for a viewer. Underscores, dots, and numbers aren't really gonna cut it unless your business name has a number. I don't see how that would work. Like for example, like Cloud9, I don't know. But you'd want your audience to easily pick you out from the crowd. Get your social media handles to be recognizable. In your face kind of vibe. Number 7 is have your product ready. I'm not going to be discussing how to really manufacture your product in this video. I feel like that topic should be more in depth. So I will be discussing that in a separate video. So subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you'll be notified when that video is up. Obviously, you're gonna want your product to be ready so that way you can start generating content for your social media accounts. I do get asked how much money you should invest into your inventory when starting out your business. My best advice is don't think expensive. Don't think that you need big inventory. Don't feel like you need to throw down all your money at the start. I say this because you don't need the most expensive materials, the tools, the supplies to start out. It's a process. Not everything is supposed to look instantly perfect in the beginning. But of course, it is your choice. Honestly, it really just depends on how much you can afford and how much you're willing to put down on your business in the beginning. Like I used sticker labels to brand my cheap ass lip gloss tubes from Amazon. Like I'm not kidding. Things looked really like not it. Like in comparison of how my products used to look like back then at the start of my business versus how they look now, this is what my product was looking like in the beginning. At first it started off with no labels, then I got Avery labels just to get my like brand name on there. And I just started selling and selling and selling, and then I put back into my business with the profit that I made so that way over time I could get my product looking better and better. And today my product looks like this. Very professional, very shelf worthy on retail stores, you know what I mean? I am now able to box my product, meaning I have like branded packaging now, which is great. It's been in the works. I feel really good about it, but sticking to the process and staying consistent will lead you up to the point where you can finally have your product looking the way you would like it to, but just be patient for sure. I started off with what I had, with what I could afford, with what I could put down. Like I said, I started with little to no money. I think I spent like $50. But basically what I'm trying to say is strategize before making the big jump. A lot of people also ask me, how do you choose the right price for your product? Like when you're pricing your products, what is the right price? Like what is reasonable? And how to build the profit, how to choose the profit. And my answer to that is it's obviously your choice, and it's your choice what your product and your work should be worth. But just so you don't sell yourself short in the process, there is a way to see what's reasonable for you. Which brings me to step number 8, learn to calculate your marginal costs. Basically your costs of goods sold. You're gonna be finding out the costs of goods sold for a batch of inventory that you are creating or making or investing into. So we're gonna be doing quick simple math. For instance, if you pay for like 50 pieces for a product, let's say that product is going to be lashes, and let's say this product is $4.37 to make. That is a really random number, but we're going to go with it. And with that price point, shipping is involved, the material, the labor, the brand customization, that's all within that unit price. So if we multiply 50 by the unit price, it would bring us to, let me get my calculator. So it would bring your total cost for 50 pairs of lashes to a total of $218.50 basically. So you just spent about like $218 within that one batch of inventory, each unit being $4.37. Keep that in mind. You need to know how much you are spending, so that way when you calculate the unit price, you can choose the profit properly. You don't want to sell yourself short. Charge what you are worth, okay? Bringing my next topic to choosing your profit and finding your selling price. So now we're gonna do a little bit more math because you know we're smart. So let's say we want to make a $10 profit. You're gonna do profit plus costs of goods sold, which is $10 plus $4.37, which would be like $14.37. So that $14.37 would be your selling price. That is like the profit plus what you spent for one unit price, right? For one unit sold, sorry. Math got me quaking a little bit. So you can leave it like that, or you can round up. I usually choose to round up, so let's just say $14.50. So now it looks even, and that would be your final selling price for one pair of lashes. And you know what? Think about the outcome too. Like once you sell all of that inventory, once you sell all those 50 pairs of lashes for $14.50 each, let's do the math again, you'd make $725 total. That's $506 in profit. Anyways, going over to the 10th step is learning about the different business structures and which one would best fit you as a brand. I'm talking about like an LLC, an S corporation, a sole proprietorship. Learn what they are, what it means, what they do, and how to apply for one, how to file a form, how to register. I have an LLC. I got mine from LegalZoom.com, but there is a way better alternative if you are just starting out and you want something a little bit more affordable. You can register for your LLC with tailorbrands.com, but wait, because I'm going to be talking about that later in this video. Moving to step number 11 is learning how to get your seller's permit. I'm in California. I got mine for free online. Now about sales tax, don't get scared, okay? Because I definitely feel like you guys should learn about sales tax within your state on your own time. You know, I'm not certified to be giving any advice or any factual information. I'm not certified to give you this information, you know? So if your state charges sales tax, and if you are someone who is selling online especially, you have to charge sales tax. Sales tax is basically what the state charges your consumers. You're basically collecting the sales tax and holding onto it for the state, and then you keep holding onto it until the end of the year and then pay it to your state. You're basically just collecting it, holding it, and then waiting, and then giving it to your state at the end of the year. But enough about that. Next is building your following and advertising your launch date before selling. So I have quite a few things to say about this, because I would hate if you invest your time and your money into all these different things like your website, your domain, registering your LLC, etc., before people even know about what you're doing and what your brand is and who you are as a brand. Because let me tell you, it does take time and money. So do some audience research through your business Instagram account, because posting about your brand and your launch prior to actually selling the product to people will allow you to see if there's a return of interest from an audience or not, to see if people are actually interested and captivated by what you're doing, by what you're going to sell. And your job at that moment is to convince people to follow you and to influence them to want to buy from you. And your job is to find your target market. But I also get asked a lot, when will I know when to lay it all down, when to get legit, when to get real, when to get official? Believe me, you'll know. Once you receive like a huge interest from an audience, you'll know when to choose the launch date, when to file for your seller's permit. Basically, lay it all down. I recommend you start saving your money for your domain, your website, your LLC, everything, like prior to marketing your business and your launch, just so you would be ready, you know? Like be prepared knowledge-wise and financially, so that way when the time comes, you won't have your brand new audience waiting for you for months for you to open, just because you didn't prepare for the possibility of the, oh shit, hella people want to buy from me moment. So definitely be prepared in advance, because you never know. Number 14, personally my favorite topic, is building your website. What's great about building your website, I I built my own website. I did that by myself. You don't need a coder. You can start designing it and working on it without financially committing to it first. So you'll have the creative freedom of deciding how you want your website to look like before paying for your domain and paying for your website monthly plan. I use Wix. I love it. If you're a tech savvy person, I'm sure you'd love it too. I have a lot of experience with it because it's what I use to run my business. And now as far as Shopify, I don't have any experience with Shopify. So don't ask me about it, but I hear good things. I know it's commonly used. I've heard good things about it from other people. I hear people like it. I've never tried it, but it's always an option. Lastly, another website building platform is tailorbrands.com. So I knew I was gonna get to this in the video. So listen up, okay? Because this is really great for beginners. Tailor Brands is such a great alternative for my beginners out there because it's literally an all-in-one solution to start your small business. You can design your logo. The bonus is that you can register your LLC with them. You can design branding merchandise like business cards, and the best part is that you only pay when you're satisfied. It's made for small to medium-sized businesses. I've experimented with and explored Tailor Brands myself. I know what it's like to set everything up top to bottom, so I 10 out of 10 recommend. Obviously, because I already have a majority of the things that Tailor Brands can help you set up, I don't really have to switch because I already have everything set out for me. But I'll always recommend it to anybody who wants to start a brand, who wants to set one up for an affordable price. Because believe me, Tailor Brands monthly website plans are affordable. I actually have a TikTok video that I made about Tailor Brands, so if you guys want to go check that out, I have it linked for you in the description box below. You guys can definitely go check it out. You know, you can pause the video right now just so you don't forget to check it out later. That's linked down below for you. And also I have a video on how to create a free Wix website and how to design everything. That video is also in the description box for you in case you want to go check that out. And lastly, step number 15, having a marketing plan. In my experience, I've always gained my sales organically by posting on TikTok, of course. You can market your business organically on TikTok and on Instagram Reels and now YouTube Shorts. I would definitely recommend you learn about the social media platforms algorithms before posting. Make sure you learn about the algorithm, explore it, learn about it, understand how it could help you. Don't just post and wait to see what happens. Learn how these platforms can help you get some attention. If you don't have any content ideas for your small business, I made a video just for that. It's on my channel. I'm basically just giving you a rundown of content ideas that you can post for your small business page. That is also in the description box for you. But when it comes down to your marketing strategy, definitely strategize before making the jump. I've said this once and I'll say it again. But if you want to get professional help and you would like to pay a professional to create a marketing strategy specifically for your brand, because I've definitely done this before. I worked with a professional named Martha through Fiverr. Fiverr is a platform full of professional freelancers who specialize in different things, different products, different services. Martha created a marketing strategy specifically for my brand, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed with the results. She was very informative and she was very straight up with me. She definitely did not sugarcoat anything. It did kind of sting a little to kind of have a professional tell me what I was doing wrong, but she definitely taught me how to perfect it. So if you want her information, I will leave her services linked down below for you. But that is basically my take on how to start your small business in 2023. Obviously, that's not the complete rundown on how to start, but those are the steps that I took to even get started. I hope that I was helpful and that you found this video informative. If you did, you know what you could do. You can smash the like button. Comment your favorite tip, comment any questions you may have, or any video suggestions for future videos. If you're nosy like me, you can check out my lip care company on Instagram and TikTok. I'll leave that linked down below for you as well. I murder dry lips for a living, so if you have dry chapped lips, I'm your girl. I'll have your lips looking like this all the time. Thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribed.